What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. This vlog is titled "The Why Are You Talking White Conversation." Um, you know, besides being from a certain region or being raised in a certain neighborhood or speaking a certain language that's probably not, uh, that's not English in American terms rather, because I think talking white just means stop using your stop using that fake voice. That's not your God-given voice. That doesn't match your accent. That doesn't match where you're at. It doesn't match the neighborhood you were raised in. It doesn't match your family. And when those factors come into play, it's taken as disrespect because it's like, man, at least if you can't respect yourself enough to be able to have a conversation with somebody with your God-given voice without thinking you're inferior by having to change it. At least respect your own people enough to use your God-given voice when you're around us, pretty much. You know, so and you could tell it's underlying disrespect in that because the excuses used sometimes are stuff like, you know, is talking white when I enunciate or pronunciate well. No, you could enunciate and pronunciate well with your regular voice. You don't have to change your tone for that. Or is it talking white because I'm educated and I've read and I've learned a few things? No. You talking white because when you speaking about the things that you learned about and you were educated about, you still not using your God-given voice. It exudes a red flag of inferiority. So a lot of times, and I know sometimes some people, man, we just some of us just way too hood when we coming off saying why you talking like that because they really just not nobody's really not saying what they really mean. It's disrespectful. And I don't want to hear that bullshit, and they just acting ignorant on top of being ignorant. So it's just ignorance two ways. Somebody thinks they're too smart to talk like themselves, and somebody thinks that talking like itself is dumb because the argument that goes the other way is just because I'm not talking in slang, you know, doesn't mean I'm talking white. Well, if somebody tell you stop talking white because of the way you talking and you don't like it, your answer for them is just because I don't talk in slang or say stupid stuff like everybody who talks black when you black. That's the whole point of the conversation, partner. It's like that's my point. You think because you talk like them, you think like them, and you're better than me. Right. Okay. That's stupid in this whole premise. But it's not like, and I'm gonna have to reiterate this again. People from the West Coast have a certain accent. People from the South have a certain accent. People from the Midwest have a certain accent. People from the East Coast have a certain accent. Same with the suburbs or the country or people who are raised by parents who are not from the country, from this country. Everybody gets all of those things, all of those things. But I'm talking about all those things set aside. Like simple. If your parents Jamaican and they have they Jamaican accent, and you come home and talking like this because this is just better than talking Jamaican because people just they can respect me and understand me so well when I don't use my God-given voice, the one that I've had my whole life, then your parents gonna probably whip your ass like, who are you? Whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, it's okay to you know to tone down the accent, but don't do a 180 on me now. Don't disrespect yourself. So um, that's really much the gist of it. So if somebody ever really tells somebody that and they get offended, that's what they mean. Because on the flip side of that, two things I'm gonna say before I go is one is it's just as ignorant for a person to say, I don't talk black because I'm not talking in slang, aka because I'm speaking proper English, when this ain't England, this is America. Nobody's speaking proper English. And B, as in two, uh, when you say speaking black equates to speaking dumb, then you automatically just told on yourself when somebody tells you speaking white, because it equates to you think you speaking smart. But all you just speaking is you've assimilated yourself to believe that you're inferior, and you want to smart your way out of saying you didn't. But common sense, even a dumb person who's beneath you and uneducated and can't enunciate and pronunciate so well can see that, and when they call you on it, might offend you. I don't know, but that's the thoughts. Peace.